Now it's like actually try to put it into play. So now I'm stalling. That's okay. But I did finally get a concept. I guess this is sort of going to be like, even though the piece I'm going to submit is going to be a final piece, I'm sort of using this as like, I can't think of the word, a prototype? Yeah, something like that, right? So I guess I'm going to try out some of these ideas that I have and then see if it works. All right, so I'm about to run some tests. I'm going to try to figure out how to get this phone up onto that ceiling fan. Wish me luck. All right, good morning. I'm about to get started. I have to clear out my living room and move some furniture around. And then I'm going to lay down the tarps and the paper. And by the time that's done, it should be the perfect lighting in here. So I'm going to have to move fast so that I can keep the good light. But here we go. All right, hello, I'm Pollyanny. We are about to make some art. I've got the floor covered with paper. I'm all dressed and ready to go. We're going to put this camera up on the ceiling fan and put some music on. And we're gonna go for it, so. I'm so blue. You're so blue too. Me and you. The best I felt in a while. I missed making art so much. Getting messy and rolling around and dancing and crying and painting and making shit up and trying shit out. It's just, I love this so much. Okay, so one more part to film, and I can't wait to take these eyelashes off. I'm really. I'll still be there. We're done. That's a wrap. We're done. 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 All right, some reflections before I rest. Making art today reminded me that every piece is an adventure, and the finished, like a picture, is never the art. And I think that's what I've been trying so hard to capture with my art, is that when you buy the, you know what I mean, the painting, or you know, a sticker or some kind of adaptation of the art, that's not, like, that's just part of the art. You're capturing like a snapshot of that adventure, but every piece is a whole life of its own and has a whole story of its own. And I guess what I'd really like to try to capture and continue to explore capturing with my art is that the process is the art. The process of creating is art. Like, the picture isn't like, yes, like, say that, you know, those are art pieces, right? But like, to me, the actual art is the adventure it took to get there. And I feel like that's where the real magic is. And the power of creation is in the making of the art. And so for my art, it's dimensional. It helps me understand my life and my journey, which is why I continue to create art, because by doing things like what I did today, I have an opportunity to reflect on my past, reflect on my present, reflect on my future, and sort of like take the time to sit, with myself. Like in the making of it is a different experience, but then the after of it is like the opportunity to be like, wow, what is going on with me now? Who am I now? And so each art piece that I make helps to remind me of who I am and how I got to be who I am. And I'm humbled and I'm tired and I'm hungry. So I'm gonna let it sit for tonight and pick back up on it tomorrow. We're supposed to get a snowstorm. So hopefully it'll be snowy and I can edit and continue my reflections. So thank you. All right, so now that the art is done and the music is done and the video is done, I minted it on Manifold. It's a 1:12 video. I use the Optimism network. I'm going to create another video about my experience using Manifold and Optimism, and how I did the entire process, the entire art, filming, start to finish, the minting, the submission, everything from my phone. So that was a huge win, and I have a lot of really cool stuff to share about that. But I wanted to give some final reflections on the art before I take it off my floor. I need to put my living room back together. But I wanted to kind of wrap it up and just kind of share with you all what it means to me and what meaning that I got it in my self-reflection, as my art is always a vehicle for self-discovery and understanding, and a tool that I use to help me process my life and understand myself. So where to start? So first, this was the biggest painting I've ever done. And it being on the floor was also different. It's the first one I've created at this plane, and also the biggest, which was really cool because I was able to really get into and on the painting in a way that I couldn't ever do on my stage performances, because of the orientation with the audience and having to have, something like on a frame that I could easily move around. But I really enjoyed the size of this piece, and I enjoyed it being on the floor. And so I definitely want to explore more of that. I need to upgrade my equipment because all I had to use was, I don't even have a tripod right now. It broke. So all I had was the ceiling fan and my phone, really. So really looking forward to maybe doing it again and getting like a proper studio or, proper photographer, video person to really capture it properly. So my body fitting into the mountain was a really delightful, unexpected surprise that I didn't plan, and I didn't even realize how well it fit into the mountain until I checked the video and was like, holy shit, that was so cool. That's one of those cool things that just emerges, sometimes I really couldn't have planned that any better myself. And the surprise of it was super cool. I had, after the blue was dry, I had intended on maybe doing like a geometric shape. That's why I had the circle compass thing, and was beginning to measure out so that I could draw some kind of like flower of life or a Metatron's cube or something like that. But then once I had the brown, I decided to go with, like a mountain shape, because I know I had this orange hoop, and I'm like, oh, I can do like a sun, like drifting across the sky there, and that would be really cool. Again, these things just happen in the painting, which is what I love so much about making art, is not really having a plan and just seeing what happens, because real magic comes out of that. So I was happy that it actually turned out as like something. It's usually my paintings are abstract. So this one was different in that way. The music, I got stuck a little bit on the music for like a whole day after the painting. And I just didn't know what direction. I tried to find something new to use. And then after, like a half a day of frustration over the music, I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit down on the painting with a ukulele. I'm going to do it in one take, and I'm just going to start playing. I'm not going to think. I'm going to go to no mind, and I'm just going to play whatever I feel, whatever comes out, because that's what the art's all about anyways. And so I was really happy I accomplished that. I sat down. I just started picking, and so the music just came. Once I decided to do it in that way, it came to me very easily, and I'm very happy with it. So since I create first, and then I try to come to some meaning about it, what this piece means to me is what this piece symbolizes, or what I think I was expressing, is to remind myself to honor all of the things that I've learned in the past. As I used a lot of elements from my past, work, hula hooping, music, painting. I definitely have a thing for putting stuff on ceiling fans, and for, geometry and drawing shapes. But so it was a reminder that none of those things are lost, and that each, as we go through these cycles of life, there's always more mountains to climb. Not to be discouraged, to just understand that that is such the way of life. Once we're done climbing one mountain, we realize that there's another whole range of mountains that we have to climb, but each cycle of life we gather new skills, and those skills help us to navigate and be better at, kind of tackling the challenges in our life. So that's what this piece means to me. It was an inspiring reminder to keep going, to create more, and it's I feel like it's definitely a next level up from the things I've created in the past, and I'm really excited to see what the next piece will have to teach us and teach me. All right, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far into the video, you are my absolute hero, and I thank you for joining me. If you'd like to learn more about my work, you can just simply internet search Pollyannie, Polyannie, and you will find all of my links. I'm most active on Twitter or X. And if you're interested in buying any of my work, collecting any NFTs, subscribing to my content, reach out. You can email me at pollyannie01@gmail.com or find me on socials. Thanks again.